Hey, it's Aaron, and if you're watching this video right now, maybe you're checking out digital marketing agencies, and maybe you're wondering, is this a good way for you to make money? Is it legit? Should you be starting a digital marketing agency, or are there better ways to make money online out there? All right, let's check it out today. Anytime if you want to get my favorite way to get to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, click the link below and I'll share with you my favorite strategy. Now, on this channel, I have reviewed literally hundreds of different ways to make money online. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've reviewed so many different ways. Let's check out digital marketing agencies. Let's find out if this is something you should do or not. All right. Now, a digital marketing agency is essentially when you are helping other people to market and generate mainly leads and traffic to their business. It could be an online business, it could be an offline business like a barbershop or a hair salon, or it could be an SEO agency or anyone who wants to get more traffic essentially. Okay. Now, the thing about digital marketing agencies that you must understand, even though they can be very, very good, and we'll talk about the pros and cons in a second here, is that there are three big pillars that you have to master if you want to start a digital marketing agency, right? So the first pillar is you have to get good at marketing. All right, you have to have a product. That's your product, okay? So if you're not good at marketing, if you're not good at getting leads for potential clients, then you can't start a digital marketing agency. So a lot of people, when they're first getting started, if they're a beginner, they think, okay, I need to be able to get good at this skill. So they buy a course and that teaches them how to get good at marketing, but they have to master it, because if you can't master that skill set, so it could be anything. It could be, Facebook ads, it could be YouTube ads, it could be Google search, it could be search engine optimization, it could be social media like TikTok or YouTube, but you have to get good at that skill, right? So that's the main pillar. If you're not good at any one of those skills, you cannot start a digital marketing agency, because you're not going to be able to provide that service to your customers. All right, so that's really, really important. Now, the second pillar that you have to master is you have to then go out and find clients, right? So now you've got a skill set. So let's just say you get really good at driving leads on Facebook, right? Now you want to go out and get clients to pay you money in order to drive leads for them to their business, right? So this is the difficult part, okay? And there are multiple ways that you can do this. So for example, if you're going to be doing brick and mortar businesses, what you could potentially do is you could walk around your town and you could just speak to people like, a hair salon or a construction company or whatever it is, a plumber, and you could say, hey, I can drive leads directly to your business. You pay me a retainer every single month, maybe $500 a month, maybe $1,000 a month, maybe $2,000 a month, right? And I will drive a certain amount of leads to your business. You give me an ad budget and you don't have to worry about it. I just run everything for you. So you're essentially an agency. You provide that service and you deliver it to your client. That's the first way of doing it offline, right? The second way is to do it online. Now, online is a bit trickier because you have to reach out to potential business owners. There's multiple ways you can do that. You can message people on Instagram, you can message people on Facebook. Anybody that looks like they are running a business, you could reach out to any type of entrepreneur, right? Anybody that has a presence, a channel. They are always looking for better ways to drive traffic. And then you would basically reach out to them, maybe call them, send them an email. And that can be very difficult because, I'm a business owner and I get a lot of reach outs and a lot of spam emails or just emails from people trying to pitch me their digital marketing agency business. Okay, so it's possible, but it can be a little bit difficult and you just have to understand that. So finding clients is quite difficult, and also you have to convert them. Okay, it's not just about finding them. You actually have to pitch them and prove that your services are good and you can actually deliver results. Now, this can be a little bit difficult if you're a beginner, because if you're a beginner, you've got no results and you can't show evidence of clients that you've worked with before. So you have to get past this particular roadblock, I think. And once you start getting on your first few clients and you deliver good results for them, then that's how you can start to build a portfolio, and then it's going to be easier for you to get clients. One of the ways that you can do it is you can drop your prices really low initially, get results for people, and once you get results for people, you increase your prices, okay? Now, the third thing you have to do is then once you get those clients, you have to service them. And this is the very difficult part too, because you have to be good at marketing, right? So your service has to be good. It has to go back to number one. I have hired and fired so many digital marketing agencies, you wouldn't believe it, because there are so many digital marketing agencies out there that are really shit, okay? They don't really know what they're doing. They think they know what they're doing, right? Or they pretend like they know what they're doing. But when you finally get them as a client, you use them for maybe 1 or 2 months and you realize that they really can't give you the results, and then I fire them, all right? And so if you're thinking of starting a digital marketing agency, you're going to have that issue as well, because unless you can deliver results. So for example, if you're a YouTube ads marketing agency and your service is to deliver high quality, low cost leads every single month to your clients, but you can't do that, then people are going to fire you very, very quickly. All right. So let's just say that you charge someone $1,000 a month as a retainer to use your services, but you can't deliver those leads from YouTube or Facebook or however you decide to customize your service. Then they're not going to keep you on forever. Right? So servicing those clients can be hard. If you don't do a good job and you have a tough client, it's going to be pretty stressful, because they're going to be slamming you on a regular basis, asking you, where is the service that you promised to provide me? Okay, so this is basically what a digital marketing agency is. And I think digital marketing agencies, there are pros and cons. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But I do think that starting a digital marketing agency is quite a difficult thing, because there are 3 major pillars that you have to master. It's not as simple as some of the other business models where you just focus on one thing. For example, there are some business models, for example, like affiliate marketing, you only focus on marketing. You don't have to worry about managing clients. You don't have to worry about getting in front of a client and pitching them your business and, proving to them that you can actually do a job, if that makes sense. You just sell, for example, right? And there are a lot of other industries where it's mainly just one part. But with digital marketing agencies, there are 3 pillars. It's the expertise part, it's the closing and finding of clients part, and then it's the delivering to the clients and keeping them on board for the long term. Okay, so something that you need to consider, when starting a digital marketing agency. All right, so let's talk about the pros and cons. Okay, now the first thing that I like about digital marketing agencies is, and these are all really dependent and contingent on if you are good at what you do. All right, so if you're good at what you do, and unfortunately a lot of people are not good at what they do, but if you are, it can be very profitable, right? Because when you pick up a client, depending on how your client acquisition strategy is, it's not that expensive to acquire a client, because you can really just go onto social media and you can just blast everybody. And if you get somebody on board, it didn't really cost you that much money. It's more time invested into getting clients. Okay, so that's why it can be very profitable. And when you deliver on the service, again, it doesn't really cost you money. It's more just time delivering on whatever you promise. So whether that's delivering YouTube ads or Facebook leads or Instagram leads, it's you just managing their campaigns, and it doesn't take that much time to do that if you know what you're doing. Okay, now the other good thing is, number 2, if you're good, it can really create some good residual monthly income. Because if you pick up, let's just say 5 clients, right? And for 5 clients, you're charging them $1,000 a month. As long as you deliver that service, they'll probably want to use you for a very, very long time. Okay, so if you're very good, this can be a big money maker. But if you're really shit at what you do, then this will not make you any money, because people are not going to keep you on board for a long time, right? So let's just say 5 clients, $1,000 a client, that's $5,000. All right, you start small and then you can scale big. Number 3, you can potentially, it can be potentially be a big money maker. All right, so of course, you start as a small digital marketing agency, but eventually you can grow really big if you want, right? And the way that you do that is you hire staff, right? You hire people on board that are really good at other things like copywriting, or maybe they're really good at building sales funnels, or maybe they're really good at doing TikTok ads, for example, right? And you can grow and you can offer more services, bring in more clients, and deliver more services so you can charge more, right? But that does take a long time, and you're gonna have to go through those growth pains. Okay, so these are some of the pros of starting a digital marketing agency. Let's talk about some of the cons, right? Now, I think there are a lot of cons with starting a digital marketing agency, even though it can be very rewarding. Okay, the major cons are, number 1, there are a lot of moving parts when it comes to a digital marketing agency, right? First, you have to get good at marketing. So you have to get good at what you do. That's the main product. if you're not good at what you do, you cannot start a good digital marketing agency. You are going to have trouble in the long term. Number two, it's quite difficult to get and manage clients. Okay, so in order to get clients and then pitch them and convince them that they should pay you upfront $1,000, $2,000 a month, right? It's a monthly thing, okay? Because you're an agency. It's difficult to do that, all right? So you have to get really good at getting good at selling, getting good at pitching, getting good at presentations so that you can acquire clients to trust you and manage their platforms for them. Okay. Number three, if you want to scale, you must hire people. That's the only way to scale with agencies, because if you're an individual doing it, remember that initially you can do that, right? You can grab a few clients, you can pitch them, you can close them, and then you can manage their campaigns. But there's a limit to how much you can do because you don't want to be working 15 hours a day, right? So if you want to scale from maybe a few $1,000s a month to $20,000 or $30,000 a month, you have to hire people. You have no choice, all right? And so when you hire people, that's a difficult thing because you have to build a team, you have to manage them, you have to deal with the human element, you have to make sure you hire good people, you might have to fire people as well, you might have to rent out offices, or maybe you do it virtually, but you have to manage all that. So it's there's a lot of moving parts and it can be pretty complicated. But at the same time, that's how you can grow to making a lot of money if you're very, very good. That's why some people that manage agencies, like Iman Gadzi, for example, that's how he makes tons of money, right? He's got a huge agency, but it's very difficult to do that. Not everybody can build an agency that has 100 people, for example, right? That's building a massive business, right? And then on top of that, when you do that, it can become highly stressful. Now, when you're managing it yourself, it's not that stressful, even though you have to be good at what you do and you have to manage your clients. But if you start to scale and you hire people, that's when you're getting into the realm of managing a lot of people, managing different personalities, building a real company, having HR, having management and things like that. And it can be highly stressful, right? But it can also be highly rewarding, depending on what kind of agency you want to build. Okay, so these are the pros and cons of building a digital marketing agency, right? But here's what I would say. This gets thrown around a lot, and there are a lot of successful entrepreneurs building digital marketing agencies. But I think that even though it is a very viable business model, it's one of the top 4 or 5 online business models out there, right? I think it's one of the most difficult to build because this has so many moving parts, right? So this is kind of like building a traditional business online. You drive online campaigns, you build it online, but essentially you're dealing with people, you're dealing with clients, you're dealing with customers. And because of that, it's kind of like an online offline business structure, if that makes sense, right? It can be highly rewarding, but I think that it's a very, very difficult business to start, especially if you compare it to some of the other business models out there that are a lot simpler, they're a lot cheaper, they're a lot more streamlined, and there aren't so many moving parts. But yep, it can be highly rewarding, and you can potentially make a lot of money with digital marketing agencies as well. All right, so if you want to start one, I highly recommend you go out there and get a course. Okay, that's the only way that you can do this. It's very difficult to wing it. Okay, if you want to wing building a digital marketing agency, I don't recommend that because you first of all have to learn the skills. You got to get good at something. Then you have to understand the processes, the business structure, the SOPs, how to get clientele, how to manage them, how to service them, right? How to create contracts and all that stuff. It can be quite complicated, so just be aware that if you really want to start one, I highly recommend you go out and get a good course that will teach you how to do that. You're going to spend anywhere between $1,000 and $5,000 to get a good digital marketing agency course. Okay, I wish you all the best if you're interested in doing that. If you're here right now watching this video, if you've never been on my channel before, I review lots of different ways to make money online. I've literally reviewed hundreds and hundreds of different strategies, business models, websites, apps, courses, all sorts of different ways to make money online. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, but out of all of them, and I've invested a lot of my own time and money testing these strategies, there's one strategy that I used that I changed my life with in 2019. I used it to quit my full-time job. I 5 times my old corporate salary, right? And I used it to retire my mom. I think it's great for beginners. You can do this from home. You don't need to hire a team, nothing like that. If you want to check it out, I've got a free masterclass that you can check out. It's just a link all the way at the bottom. I hope you enjoy that free masterclass, and I wish you all the best. I hope to see you on another video review. Take care.